Hi everyone, welcome back to Rotaract Uncut. So, a completely different setting and new people, new guests, new hosts. So, this year Rotaract Uncut is going to be all about being a podcast. So, we are moving away from being an interview style presentation and we are going to be continuing in podcast style coming right to you. So, unfortunately, we were not able to do this first interview, this first podcast as a live. So, we will be showing you our recording. And so, we hope you're looking forward to this first interview to kick off Rotaract Uncut for this Rotary International year. So, in this Rotaract Uncut series for this season, we will be bringing you another spicy twist at the end as well. So, stay tuned with us. But before that, we'll do our introductions and ease into our podcast.
Yeah, for sure. And very grateful to be here. And we have, to introduce to you two amazing guests. I think probably definitely the two most important people in the Rotaract movement. I don't think they need an introduction, but the District Rotaract Representative, Rotaract Past President Nazmi Mahamood, and the District Rotaract Secretary, Rotaract Anagi Gunasekara. So, very excited to have you all here. It's we know there's a twist coming as well, and we want to keep this as casual as possible. So, how are you all feeling?
Um, so this is my first Rotaract Uncut, and pretty excited because of course I've seen the previous Rotaract Uncut and been very different from how you guys are doing things. I guess sticking to redefining service. So yeah.
Very true. Anagi, how do you feel?
I think it's the same with me as well. So yes, it's my first uncut as well, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm very very scared about the last bit. Yeah, so
I think we can kick things off.
All right. So to start off with, we'll jump into it. I'll ask a few questions from you to both. So Nazmi, so you started this year with a vision. Your vision, like you rightly said, redefining service. So how has it all come together so far? It's 1.5 months down the line. How has it come so far, and what is your game plan for the rest of the year?
Um, so yeah, the vision, as everyone knows, redefining service. So it's now almost towards the end of August. Almost 2 months is gone. But I think in these 2 months, I think it really shows the difference that is being made. We had a couple of projects, events within these 2 months. Although it's just been 2 months, there's a lot of things that has happened, from pairs and cells to assembly to famous Badula visit. And I think we definitely redefined service there, because the feedback that has come through with all these events and projects is that one thing that has been constant as a feedback is that it's something different. It has not been the same. Rotaract is now Rotaracting, is what people said. And I think we are in the right track, but it's being said that our feet are still on the ground. We're still doing what we have to do for the rest of the 10 months that is to come. And in terms of the next 10 months, that is what we're going to do what we've been doing, keeping our feet on the ground and keep looking ahead and taking all the feedback in a very positive angle. Yeah. And I think everyone's also excited to see what the rest of the 10 months is too, and including me. But yeah.
All right. So looking forward in this journey of Rotaract a bit more than usual and redefining service. So Anagi, so Nazmi started the game with a vision, this vision of redefining service, and you've joined hands here. So being here as the Rotaract District Secretary, how has the experience been so far in this journey of redefining service and making us Rotaracting even more?
well, yes, even I would say it's Rotaract is Rotaracting this year, but this was very new because I've never been a secretary. So being the district secretary without any experience being a secretary was a bit new and challenging as well in some aspects. But so in Rotaract, there's this thing. In every year, we learn something we discover something in ourselves. So I think this year I definitely learned a lot from Nazmi and the Dexco, even the Disco and the council too. So I think in terms of experience, I think I have developed new skills in terms of managing like and maintaining boundaries and new people. So new personalities. So we get to know a lot of more people. So I think it has been a great year. I mean, great 2 months. Yeah.
Amazing to hear that. On the same note, actually, with the disco and how everything has been going, how has the dynamic been? Because we know, like, I'm sure a lot of council people should be watching Rotaractors. So having that bond, or rather the dynamic between the president and secretary, is very important for the club. Because if that dynamic isn't there, the pretty much the entire club falls apart. And how has that dynamic been between the Dexco and the Disco? Because we all know a Disco is a group of people that comes from like various different parts and all across Sri Lanka. So building that bond between them is phenomenally hard. So how that has that been for you all?
Well, in terms of fellowship, the bonds that you said, that was one of the main key things that I wanted to have, not just inside the Dexco, not just the Disco, and include not just the council, but including the entire movement. Because actually, like I always say, the strength of this movement is its members, right? And if there is no bond between the members, this movement will fall apart. And strengthening the core of what the movement is what was one of my main goals. And there's no other place to start than the Dexco, then the Disco, and then the council, and so on and so forth. And so far, I think we've been doing a great job, in my opinion, at least. I think that question would rather be answered better by the council itself, because they would know better if we are really reaching out to them when they need us and when they don't need us also, to be there. But the bond is always there, and it's increasing. And the fellowship visit was, brought a lot of fellowship together, and it's not just from one zone as well. Those who were there at the Badula fellowship visit really saw all the zones coming together, beyond boundaries, beyond borders, beyond language. We were all around just one fire, singing songs. It was, that bond has always been there. That is what made Rotaract what Rotaract is. And I think that could also be one of the main reasons people say Rotaract is Rotaracting. But yes, I would say that question is, the bonds are being increased, and I think it's in the right track as well.
Amazing. I think that's very true. In the Badul visit, I think very popular now, by the way. The Badul visit, everyone loves it. There's so much demand for visits coming up. So make sure that you all are ready for all those registrations opening up. But in terms of bringing that to the clubs, right? So now we know we are able to incorporate that into the Disco, the Dexco, and we have that going on. So how can the Rotaractors within their clubs build that same kind of bond and fellowship inside it?
This is not, I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, it's the same thing, same formula. I mean, there's no formula at all, because not one thing works with different clubs. I think the president and secretaries and the board itself knows what works well. What works for a community-based club itself will not work for institute-based. So the clubs, the members know what works best for the members. So the question is, you have to ask the members, and I ask the council will ask the members, and so on and so forth. Which is also one of the reasons also why I wanted to have the DRR visit also towards the beginning of, or at least the first half of the year, because to really understand what is actually the need of the movement. And way before the year started also, we did a survey to really understand what the movement wants, because it's the movement that decides where the movement will go, not me, not anyone else who has titles. So that is the approach, I would say, and including the members and the clubs also could take that same approach.
All right. So now we've spoken about Rotaract in depth when it comes to Dexco, Disco, council levels, right? But so today I was having an actual conversation and I came across the question from someone, what is Rotaract? right? So while this Rotaract Uncut, our podcast is for our Rotaractors, it's also for others to know what Rotaract is. And we always welcoming new members. We always for new members because we always looking forward to expand our community. So interestingly enough, and I would say there is a lot of people in our society right now who knows what Rotary, Rotaract, our movement is, but there are definitely people who don't know what Rotaract is. And when we come across the question, what is Rotaract, it's always a lengthy explanation, I would say. So, I mean, as two people who have been in this movement for quite a long time, and Nazmi, you've been in this movement for 10 plus years, if I'm correct. And Anagi, you've also been in this movement for around 4 years. And within, I mean, completely two different spans of experience, but you are both at the top of our movement now. From experience, if someone came up to and asked you, what is Rotaract? Why should we join? If you could tell this in a few sentences, I would say, how would you explain Rotaract and what would you tell? Okay, give one advice each for a new Rotaractor.
So, if I say what's Rotaract for me, it's people. So, ever since I started Rotaract, it was the people who kept me in the moment, and who keep me going in the moment is also people. So, it's a very different vibe what we have in Rotaract. So that is what attract people. That is what motivates people to do a service as well. And even so, there are a lot of like, I mean, what Rotaract is will be properly explained by him. Definitely, he will give you a lengthy explanation. But for me, it's more of a Rotaract is more of a feeling. So no matter how hard the day was, but you still do the road check stuff by the end of the day. So it's more of a feeling. It's the like why we go to road track outing is basically the faces. We look forward for the faces. So it's like a bond, the feeling, the vibe. That is what road track is. That is what bring people to road track, and that is what motivates everyone to do better for the society and for themselves as well. So I think that's road track for me. So.
I think you missed that advice.
Oh yeah. So an advice would be uh, keep connecting and definitely maintain your professional life and personal life separately. With having road track, it will be a good opportunity for you all to learn it. So keep doing road track. I mean, I don't have a proper
One piece of advice, keep doing road track.
yeah, that is a good advice.
I think you're starting to see the dynamic here pretty clearly. Yeah.
Right. You said to explain Rotaract in a few words or sentences. Okay. So a lot of people have asked me this question. Non-Rotaractors, Rotaractors, because gone to different places and they obviously have seen a lot of content and they are like, you're in Rotaract, what is Rotaract? I think that question popped up today also. See, the thing is, Rotaract doesn't have one definition. Rotaract means different things to different people. Because end of the day, what people or members take home from Rotaract depends on what they want. Because Rotaract itself has a lot to offer. That is what Rotaract is. Some opportunities, people, friendships, memories, service, so many things. And if I were to say one sentence, Rotaract is a lot of things. It all depends on what you want, because all of it is here. Just like how everything is at home, Rotaract is also home for me. In a simple, short answer.
Wow, that was. I think they said the same thing, but in two different ways. But the same message went through. Yeah, and I don't mean to jump the gun here, but can we like peek into your memories a bit and like tell us? I know Nazmin you're been in Interact back in the day, and what was the point that both of you all kind of was like, okay, wow, Rotaract or Interact was kind of my thing, and I want to stick with this. Is there any point that you remember where you went for that, or was it just from the get go?
Interestingly enough, Interact or in the entire movement itself was not the first community service club I was part of. We had our own social service club in my school itself. So at that time, there were a few restrictions and limitations, and a lot of going on at school as well. And so because of that, I had to choose the rest of the best performing clubs, I would say. And school itself approached me and said, Interact needs a president. And they just came to me, and I would say, pushed into the pool. But now I got a lot of more people to jump into the pool, and I'm swimming with all of them. And I think we're swimming really well.
Yeah. A massive voice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what I realized is, what Rotaract is not what I thought it is. It is something even more. Is actually, when I joined the district as a PR director, yes, the original Cranberry. Is that so? Of course, I've been evolving, going one ladder at a time, one step at a time, from Interact president, then member, so on and so forth, right? Every position I took, I was like, you know what? Rotaract has this also. One step further. Oh, okay. There's more. So now I'm here. I'm like, oh, there is even more. But now, I'm like, is there another step? You never know. But yeah, but so every step was something very new, and that really hit me, as you asked, is when I joined the district, because at that point I was ex- um, exposed to all the clubs, everything that they do, the passion that they bring into every project. It was amazing, and the things they do and the impact they have created was even, I really can feel it. I saw it, and that really hit me, and that is when I knew, okay, Rotaract is something more than just one person. It's everyone. It's more than just us. It's a movement. So yeah.
I mean, he's really good at those explanations. Anyways, I don't think I have a certain moment, but I think I have a year. The presidency year kept me falling in love with Rotaract more and more. It was very challenging, but like I said, for me, it's people, right? So I had a great set of board of officials, and with them, the journey was easy. So I think because of that, I get to be who I am. I got to be like, I was very vulnerable with them, but I didn't feel ashamed of it. So I had a lot of mood swings, but still I did not get judged. So I think that year was the year that inspired me to be in Rotaract more and more. So yeah. Yeah.
I think there might be a lot of like presidents, secretaries, or Rotaract members out there who feel the same way, have had similar moments. And if you were thinking that the DRR, the DRS had separate magical moments, no, they were just like you, having similar moments and climbing the ladder, finding more and more as they grew. And most importantly, touching back on something that Dr. Nazmi mentioned earlier, how the members are the core of the movement. And that reminded me of a kind of a Japanese belief where on a chessboard, the king is meant to be the next generation. And that is why it is the most important piece that we should focus on. I believe we are ready to move on to the spicy part, I'd say.
So Uncut is all about bringing new learnings to you. And we have Rotaractors, we have non-Rotaractors. So for all of you who are watching, we hope that you got something out of our very two special guests in the very first episode of Uncut for this year. So with that, we are coming to the end of Uncut, and we are reaching closer to our spicy twist. You can see the excitement in their faces. Excitement, but it's okay. So with that, Uncut is done for today, but we will be back with you. And like we did last year, we will be bringing to you presidents and secretaries of the month to you with our Rotaract Uncut podcast, where you will be able to take a look at them and see what the insights are about, because these are the top performing road tractors we have in the movement right now. So this is all about highlighting them and bringing learnings from them to you. So with that, I think we are starting with a very high, bringing to you our DRR Nazmi and District Secretary Anagi. So we hope you enjoyed, and we will be back with more for sure, but stay tuned for Rotaract Red Hot.